What's up, everyone? This is Soul with another Shadowlands preview, and this time we're going to take a look at adventures. This article just appeared all of a sudden, and I decided, you know what? Let's just talk about it and go through it together. So this is the read-along. I'm simply going to read through this whole blog and then discuss this, try to open up some discussion, some reactions, and so on and so forth. Adventures are basically the new kind of mission table that we're going to get in the upcoming Shadowlands expansion. It's going to be supposedly better, maybe funner, but let's just kind of dive in right now, make this thing a little bit bigger, and let's take a look. Prepare to put your tactical skills to the test. In the expansion's new Adventures feature, you'll send your allies into the Shadowlands to tackle unique challenges for your chosen covenant. You'll need to be strategic about how you take on these combat puzzles, including who you'll send to face them and how you'll use their skills to claim victory. You'll also be able to check in on and continue your adventures offline with the WoW Companion app. So this is something that we knew from quite some time ago, that whatever is going to come in Shadowlands is also going to be something that we can mess around on our phones and all that stuff, just like with BFA, just like with Legion. A new way to adventure. Once you've joined your chosen covenant, you'll be able to begin undertaking adventures from the dedicated table within your sanctum. Through the interface, you'll be able to view available adventures, the associated rewards, the cost to undertake them, the state of your units, ooh, this is a lot, and how challenging the enemies are within that adventure. You'll want to choose a solid mix from your adventurers, soulbinds, and troops to create a party of up to 5 units to deal with the various threats. Ooh, Final Fantasy, that's like Final Fantasy IV numbers for those nerds out there. So this is a sample of the UI. We're taking a look at Nadia the Mistblade. She's like level 1, she's weak. Everyone is weak, but this gives us a good example of the kinds of abilities that some of these dudes have. I noticed that right up there, if you can kind of see up here, General Draven is a tank type person, and Kael'thar is a healer type person. Here's another tank, Doug Gravewell. What a nice little bit of names. But a lot of these names are familiar. Bogdan's kind of familiar. Lost Sybil is very familiar from some of the questing here. It's not really a spoiler, don't worry guys. But let's move on a little bit. Healing. That's interesting. There's a healing button to take care of these folks. Oh, great. A reason to farm for more anima. Wonderful. Anyway, with the introduction of Soulbinds in Shadowlands, we wanted to find a compelling way to bring their individual personality traits into as many aspects of the game as possible, including adventures. Similar to previous high-profile personalities in past expansions missions, Soulbinds will be able to lead the charge while expressing their motivations and goals through the adventure system. So it seems like it might be kind of a progressive system where we go on some new adventure. Boom, we send some dudes out, they come back, and maybe there's some role play, maybe a mini quest or something like that. But perhaps the adventure system will progress us through and go through like some storyline-ish sort of thing. You know, something where it's like, okay, we kill some boars. Okay, cool, we killed some boars. And now we'll kill some giant boars. And cool, we killed giant boars. And then we fight the god of boars, the boar titan or something like that. So that'll be kind of cool if we can get some sort of progression like that. Making your play. When it's time to prepare for battle, positioning matters. You'll need to use strategy in how you place your adventurers to take on the enemies they'll engage with and counter their abilities. For example, you may want to make sure that your toughest allies are placed in the front of the formation, with more fragile allies placed towards the back, so damage to them is minimized and they can use their ranged abilities. Totally makes sense. Nice little tactical stuff. From the looks of it here, it's hard to tell what kind of formation we're looking at because we got 2 DPS on the upper left corner, we got a tank and then another tank in the lower corner, and then the healer on the over there in that corner. So maybe there's going to be, I expect there to be some sort of tutorial that's going to tell us, hey, this is the front. These are the people in front. These are the dudes in the back. Good luck. I mean, it might just be the formation that we're seeing here, where we're seeing, you see a formation of 4 dudes over there. Those guys are in the back. But then we got our 3 guys up here. So that's more than likely it. It's just like whoever put the tank there is just bad. And yeah, don't do that. At the completion of an adventure, you'll be able to see the results through a replay of the battle. You'll want to pay close attention to which units performed well, which you may want to reposition, or which you might want to exclude in future similar fights to make the most of them in your next encounters. So seeing a combat log for this whole thing is definitely going to be helpful for something like this, so that way we can identify what sort of damage is going out, and perhaps depending on the way that battle works out here, because we can see an entire combat log, we'll get an idea of things like attack speed, turn speed, when certain units are able to attack or defend or heal or do something like that. So this will introduce a good bit of strategy that's definitely unlike the old mission table system, which was just increase the percentage to a certain point. I have a feeling though that there is going to be some sort of add-on is going to simply track the kind of mission that you're on, detect the mobs that are there, and then be able to auto-assign the kinds of followers that we put out. That's going to come at some point. In the meantime, it's a game, and I at least appreciate that part. To the victor goes the spoils. Should your troops defeat the encounter, you'll collect your earned rewards, including pets, mounts, gold, anima, thank God, and more, etc. and so on and so forth. I want to note that right up here, there's a skip to end function, so that way you don't have to go through like the entire process of watching these icons basically beat on each other. That's what they do. So it's not like a cool thing where you see like each of these folks have attack animations. Like, yeah, go for it. It's not going to be like that, unfortunately. All right, so combat completes. You lost. This person lost. That's not a. It's a terrible screenshot to put up. Some of us will notice that. And this person lost too. Really? 2 losing screens. That's great. Although it says Spinal Swarm complete. Well, whatever. Each covenant provides a variety of 15 unique allies, including the soulbinds that you'll meet, which are 3, 6 adventurers that you'll recruit through renown, so that makes 9, and an additional 6 who can be rescued from within Torghast, Tower of the Damned. I remember that, actually. 4 universal adventurers can also be recruited by any covenant from within Torghast, bringing your potential allies to 19. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. As your allies progress through the various challenges that adventurers present, they'll grow stronger, allowing them to take on more challenging adventures for even better rewards. Check back on the official site in the future to learn more about the updated WoW Companion app. Now, one of the typical gripes about an offline system like this is that, for those of you who had experienced this in previous expansions, is that in order to participate in some of these things, you need to be logged off in-game. So there's going to be occasions where it's like, okay, I'm really into this whole adventures thing. This is really cool, but it sucks because the most efficient way for me to run it is to stop what I'm doing, log out of the game, hop onto the phone, do stuff, get off, get back into the game, and then get back into the action. And that kind of sucks. I'm not quite sure what sort of answer there is for that. I have a feeling that that's going to be something that we'll have to deal with in Shadowlands as well. But in the meantime, I do like the premise of what's going on here. It's a mini game, essentially. Something that is, to be honest, actually kind of marketable, and something that can be expanded on to create its own standalone game. And I'm sure it's something that perhaps like those mobile dev experimenty people over at Blizzard were like, hey, let's do something with this. And it's like, hey, this is kind of fun. Maybe we can incorporate this in here. And it's like, yes, we can. Okay, cool. I mean, much better than a paid app, right? Or something with microtransactions and all that. But something like this, I think I would have a good time with something like this. I didn't do a whole lot of testing on the beta because I just recruited a bunch of guys and I was just throwing them at people. And so I didn't really feel incentivized to do it. But I guess that's going to be a big thing too. What's going to be like the major incentive for this? Is this going to feel like something that might be required? Is this going to be a big gold generator, which I totally doubt? I think that this is going to be something along the lines of some of the extra activities, such as the Path of Ascension, like the Queen's Conservatory, Build-A-Bomb, and the Venthyr Party thing. It's going to be something that's going to be, a distraction, something for you to do. but not necessarily something that's going to be like, yes, you must do this in order to be optimal. I do like that they mention anima rewards somewhere here, and at least at the moment in the alpha, anima is something that's kind of hard to come by. So it's going to be worth at least diving into this, and who knows, I might get totally addicted to this, and I might have like super powered up dudes, and I'll have memorized all sorts of different sets and combos. But anyway, that's enough from me. What about you folks at home and elsewhere? What do you guys think of something like this? Do you think it's fun? Is it engaging? Do you think this is something you're going to get lost in? Or, oh my god, why are they wasting time with something like this? Share your thoughts in a comment below, I'd appreciate that, and subscribe for more of this and all things Warcraft. We'll see you for the next thing. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.